here in combination of errors, what we are going to see is like if we are making a measurement, suppose if we are going to measure density, and we may not be knowing that we will be getting exact value of density. So to measure density, we will be having, we need to measure mass and we need to measure volume, right? So when we are measuring mass, there might be some error, and when we are measuring volume, there might be some error, right? So mass measurement error and volume measurement error, both combinedly we have to take to go with the density, right? So that's the reason combination of errors we are making. So whatever different measurements we need for one single measurement, all those errors we will be combining. Okay, right. So we will see how exactly it is. Like what happens when we are adding two measurements, when we are subtracting two measurements, when we are multiplying two measurements, when we are dividing two measurements. Okay, so definitely like instead of fundamental units or fundamental physical quantities, when we are going with, so when we are going with derived physical quantities, there they require some other physical quantity for its measurement. So in that case, the error also should be included in that when we are adding or subtracting or multiplying. So how the error should be taken when we are adding or subtracting, that is what the combination of errors we will see in this. So we'll go in detail. See, in any experiment involving several measurements, the errors in all measurements has to be combined. Okay, that is what we are going to see in this. Like example, the same density example only I have written here. So density is the ratio of mass and volume, right? So if there are errors in the measurement of mass and sizes of dimensions gives us a error in volume. So if there are errors in both of them, obviously the error should come in case of density also. But how it has to be taken, that we will see. Error of a sum. Okay, when we are adding, how the error has to be taken. Already in previous slide I have shown you, if we have a measurement value, how the total value has to be taken. I'll go back to that once again and I'll show you it. This here already I have shown you. If we do a single measurement, the value we get may be in the range of a mean plus or minus delta a mean. That means it will be lying in this range, between positive and negative range it will be lying, right? So this value has to be taken when we are taking any measurement result. So that is what I am going to show here. Here, see. So I am taking, suppose two physical quantities are there, A and B. I am taking general example. I am not taking a density example or something else. Okay. Now, so what is happening? Some physical quantities I have taken, A and B, and so how the measured values has to be taken: A plus or minus delta A, B plus or minus delta B. Just now I have shown you. So its value plus or minus its error has to be taken to know its measured value. So same case in case of B also. Remember this so many times, means complete this topic we will be using this notation only, plus or minus of its error. Now two values we have taken in terms of its error. This is what it's a measurement. And what about this delta A and delta B? Delta A and delta B are errors in case of this A measurement and error in case of B measurement. Okay, so that is what we are calling it as when we are using delta, we call it as absolute error, right? So absolute errors we have taken. Now next, if we go next, so some, when we are adding these two measurements, A and B values, if I add, I am taking that new value of this addition, I am taking it as Z. Okay, so Z, if we want to take this, Z is total value of these two measurements. So as I am speaking about, so when we are taking new value, we have to take error also into consideration. So in that case, z plus delta, z plus or minus delta z has to be taken. So how it has to be taken? Z plus or minus delta z is a combined value of these two measurements. These two measurements are what? A plus or minus delta A, B plus or minus delta B. So when we are adding them, so we will be having this. Okay, so A measurement value is this, B measurement value is this, and Z measurement total value is this. Okay, now if we go in detail, so if we, here plus symbol is there, so total combinedly we can write A plus B, and plus or minus delta A plus delta B we can write. Okay, individually measurement values we are writing, true values we are writing, and errors we are writing separately. Okay, anyhow both of them we will have plus or minus symbol only, that I am taking here, right? Now, so A plus B is what? Our actual Z, that I am writing over here, plus or minus delta A plus delta B. So if we compare these two, here Z plus or minus delta Z is equals to Z plus or minus delta A plus delta B we have. So what does it mean? Delta Z is equals to, error in this combination of addition, it will be what? Delta Z is equals to delta A plus delta B we can write, including this plus or minus has to be taken when we are having plus or minus, right? So what we can write? Plus or minus delta Z is equals to plus or minus delta A plus delta B. This is what error when we are combining two values which are having error in it. Okay, so what we can generalize from here? So delta Z is equals to delta A plus delta B we can write in general. So and if we conclude this, so what we have is, so when two quantities are added, the absolute error in the final result, the absolute error in the final result is the sum of the individual errors. The absolute error in the final error is the sum of the individual errors. That is what, how errors will be in the case of addition. When we are combining in the form of addition or in the form of summation, this is how errors will be, right? Now we will go with subtraction also, if this is clear. Is this clear? Is it clear? Which one I have to explain once again? Right. I'll explain once again, as 2-3 people are asking. Right. See, simple. We want to measure. I'll make it more simple. We want to measure density. To measure density, what we require? We need mass and we need volume. If there are errors while measuring mass and while measuring volume, so those errors also should be considered while measuring density. Obviously, we will get error in case of density also, right? So that is in case of mass by volume, we will be dividing them. That comes in the next. So here, like that, how we get error in the resultant measurement of density, same way, if we add or if we subtract or if we divide or if we multiply, so in all the cases we will be getting error. Now here I am going with the first one. If I add, so if I take two physical quantities, I am taking, what are those? A and B. So if we take these two physical quantities, when we are measuring them, so automatically they will have some error in this measurement. So if they have error in this, so including error, A measurement I am taking it as A plus or minus delta A, and B measurement I am taking it as B plus or minus delta B. Okay, so why I am taking plus or minus, plus or minus? Because the error, due to error, actual value may increase or actual value may decrease. That's the reason I am taking plus or minus over here. Okay, so A plus or minus delta A is its measured value, b plus or minus delta b is its measured value. Okay, so including error we are taking now. So generally, if we want to have combination, what we will take? Its combination is what? A plus b. If we don't have error, z is equals to, z is its addition only. Z is equals to what? A plus b. But as we have errors, so error also should be considered when we are measuring. So what I am writing, z plus or minus delta z is equals to what we can write in this measurement. Whatever error is there, that we have its measured value. Its measured value I am writing. B measured value is there, that also I am writing. Okay. So when we are taking error into consideration, its total measured values I am taking. Now this I am simplifying it. A is there plus B is there, that I am writing here. Okay. Next, plus or minus here is there, plus or minus here is there, plus or minus I have written delta A plus delta B I am writing here. Its true values I am writing and its errors I am writing separately. Okay. Now when we are writing in such a way, plus or minus is coming over here. Next, A plus B, already we know true values addition is its true addition combination, that I am writing it as Z. So plus or minus anyhow it is there, that plus or minus I am writing over here, and delta A plus delta B anyhow whatever is there, that I am writing here. Okay. Next, left hand side what is there? Z plus or minus delta Z is equals to, right side what is there? Z plus or minus delta A plus delta B is there. Okay. So if we compare both sides, what we have? Z is equals to Z, Z plus Z is there, and plus or minus delta Z is equals to what is there? Plus or minus delta A plus delta B is there. That only I have written here. Okay. So we have both sides plus or minus is there, that we don't need to consider. So delta Z is equals to delta A plus delta B we have. So what is delta Z here? Delta Z is what? The resultant measurement error, or combined measured values error. Combined measured values error, how we are finding? The errors in individual measurements, if we add the combined measurement value error, we will get. Okay. When two quantities are added, the absolute error in the final result, absolute error in the final result is the sum of the individual errors. That is what it is. Simple. The absolute errors whatever we are getting in individual measurements, that if we add directly, we will get the resultant error. How much we get, that much will be there. Okay. Still, if you have doubt, you can ask. I'll continue. If you don't have any doubts, I'll continue with the next topic. Still, if you have doubt, you can ask. Okay, it's clear for someone, right? It's clear. Still, if you have doubt, you just go through the video once again, and you can ask in the next class also. Okay, right? I'm continuing with that. What will be next? What we completed? Errors in summation we completed. Next will be addition we completed. Subtraction we will see once how it will be. Now, so in subtraction, errors in difference. Difference means nothing but our subtraction only, right? Now, so when we have same example, we'll take like if we have two measurements A and B, okay, and their measured values, we'll take it as A plus or minus delta A, B plus or minus delta B. So where delta A and delta B are absolute errors in these two measurements. Same way we will take. Now what we take? Z. It's Z is our here subtraction of these two things. Now before that we have taken it as addition. Here I am taking Z as a subtraction. So you'll see that Z is equals to general true values. In terms of true values, if I take A minus B. So but here measured values are there completely in terms of its error. Those also should be considered. That if I take Z plus or minus delta Z is equals to what we write? A plus or minus delta A minus B plus or minus delta B. So I am taking A minus B plus or minus delta A minus or plus delta B. Here you need to understand what happens. In for both the terms, plus or minus is there. This A is clear, and here when we multiply minus, this B becomes a minus. Better just give me a moment. I'll write inside one more step, and you will be more clear with that. Right? See, just hold on. Oh. See what we have here. This step I am writing over. This step I am writing this side. Now A is there, plus or minus delta A is there, right? Next, that minus I am multiplying, minus B is there. Minus, if you multiply, plus or minus will becomes minus or plus, and delta B will be there. Okay. Next, this I am writing on the one more step. A is there, true value, and here minus B is there. Next, plus or minus, if I take out common, plus or minus, if I take out plus or minus, delta A is there. Next, minus or plus delta B is there, right? So that is how we got this step. This step is missing in that, so that's why I have written here. Next, further if we see, so if we A minus B we have written here, if I take out common, if I take out common, plus or minus or minus or plus, it doesn't make any sense. So what I am doing, I am just going with the next step. Z, A minus B is our Z, and this I am writing delta A plus or minus delta B, delta A plus delta B I am writing, because plus or minus I have taken out common, delta A plus delta B I am writing, since plus or minus and minus or plus are the same. Okay, so when we are going in the calculation, it may be slight difference will be there, but here we can take out the common. So delta A plus delta B we can write over here. Now, so same like previous step, if I write for plus or minus delta Z, what do we get? Plus or minus delta Z is equals to plus or minus delta A plus delta B. Now what happens? Delta Z is equals to what we can write? Delta A plus delta B. See here, one thing you have to understand, in addition or in summation also, the resultant error is the sum of the errors. In subtraction also we are getting same. This is what we have to note clearly. In subtraction also, the error in the difference will be equal to summation of the errors in individual measurements, not subtraction of individual measurements error. Now, so that conclusion we are writing here. When two quantities are subtracted, the absolute error in the final result is the sum of the individual errors. This should be carefully noted. It is not difference. It is here also, it is a sum only. How it is we have seen. Mathematically we proved it. Okay. That is about difference in error. Okay. That is the difference in error. Now, if it is clear, I'll go with the next one. Let me know if any doubts in this.
Clear, sir.
No more doubts?
Yes, sir.
I'll go with
No doubt, sir.
I'll go with multiplication part. Right? So we'll go with multiplication. If you have doubts also, you can go through this video once again, and if you have doubts, you can ask me in the next class also. Right? Right. We'll continue with the next C part, that is we have 10 more minutes. Probably only multiplication will be completed. We'll try to complete. See, this rule, I forgot to mention this. This is a rule for addition or subtraction. See, when two quantities are added or subtracted, the absolute error in the final result is the sum of the absolute errors in the individual quantities. Okay. So whether it is added or subtracted, if you want error in that combination, addition or subtraction, directly we will check those error values and we will be adding them. That is what error in the resultant measurement. Okay, we'll go with the next. Error of the product. So error of the product, if we see, same like previous, we will take two measurements, A and B, but here the multiplication will be taken it as a Z only. Previously, in the first case Z, we have taken addition of those two quantities, measurements. In the second case, we have taken Z as subtraction of those two quantities. Here Z is multiplication of those two quantities. We will see. Suppose two physical quantities A and B have measured values A plus or minus delta A, comma B plus or minus delta B respectively, where delta A and delta B are absolute errors in that. Already this is a known story. Now Z is equals to, here what we are taking, A times B. We are multiplying them. Okay, A times B, obviously. So what we write, Z plus or minus delta Z is equals to A plus or minus delta A into B plus or minus delta B. Okay, now here for resultant value we need to multiply. So what happens if we multiply them? So is this step clear? I might not need to write inside. I hope it will be clear. I'll explain here itself. Just hold on. Right. See what we are doing. Just a minute. So what we are doing, so A is there. In these two terms I am multiplying with these two terms, total will get 4 terms. A into B, so AB. A into B I am getting AB. Next A into this delta B. A delta B we will get. Okay. Here for delta B plus or minus is there, that we have written. Plus A into this. Here plus is there, plus into plus or minus. Plus or minus A into delta B will become A into delta B. Next what happens, second term has to be multiplied. For second term already plus or minus is there. Plus or minus I am writing here first delta A into B. So I have written here. So delta A into B can be written as B into delta A. Anyhow, it is multiplication. Next here plus or minus is there. Here plus or minus is there. So the total combined value also will get plus or minus delta A into delta B. So delta A into delta B we got. This is what a resultant. Okay. Next if we go, what dividing LHS by Z, RHS by AB. So I am dividing LHS, Z plus or minus delta Z with Z, and this total term with AB. Why we are doing that is, so if we divide in such a way, we will end up with a value in terms of relative error. Relative error we have seen. The ratio of absolute error to its true value is taken as relative error. So anyhow, we are in multiplication. It is easy to get relative error. That's the reason I am going with this step. So what happens if I multiply with Z? Here for first term, Z by Z will come. Second term plus or minus delta Z by Z will come. So Z by Z means 1 will come. Right? So same way here, right side also it will be. Now, better I'll write one step so that you will understand. I can directly write here, right over here. Now, just hold on. Right. So this step I am continuing over here. Now, what happens if I divide with Z on left side, Z by so Z plus or minus, one second, Z plus or minus delta Z by Z is equals to AB plus or minus A into delta B plus or minus B into delta A plus or minus delta A into delta B, right? Now, so this if I simplify, Z by Z it will come plus or minus delta Z by Z it will come is equals to AB by, right side what we are multiplying with AB plus or minus A into delta B, A into delta B by AB plus or minus B into delta B by AB plus or minus delta A, delta A into delta B by AB I am writing. Okay. Now, if I cancel out some terms over here, so this Z and Z will cancel out, and here AB and AB will cancel out, you'll end up with 1, here will end up with 1, and this A and this A will cancel out, here B and this B will cancel out. Okay. So what we left out in the overall is, we'll see here. Now, The next step, if we see, right, next step. So 1 plus or minus delta z by z is equals to 1 plus or minus delta b by b plus or minus, oh, somewhere it is going wrong. Here it is delta a. I made a mistake while writing this. Here delta a, it is here in the third term delta a is there. So b, if it is cancelled out, delta a by a will get delta a by a and delta a into delta b by ab. Here usually delta a and delta b values will be very small when we are taking them. So already delta a means error, we will get in decimals only. Delta b is also error, we will get in decimals only. Suppose if we have 0.1 into 0.1, what happens? 0.001 we will get, right? So it is smaller than this. When it is smaller than this, so these errors only small, and when we multiply again the errors, we will end up with smaller than that. That means what? So if it is very small, we don't need to consider, I mean. So if we don't need to consider, I am just neglecting this term in the next step. So if we neglect that in the next step, so what happens? Plus or this one also can be cancelled out. Both side one is there. Plus or minus delta z by z is equals to plus or minus delta b by b plus or minus delta a by a. So anyhow, plus or minus is there on both sides. If I take out common, directly what do we get? Delta, this I'm writing why we have neglected. I just explained, I have since I have written there. Next, so what we will end up with, delta z by z is equals to delta a by a plus delta b by b. We can end up from here. Okay, now in this, so what we can write, when two quantities are multiplied, what we can write, the relative error in the final result is the sum of relative errors in the individual quantities. Okay, so let me know whether it is clear or not, so that I will continue.
Clear, sir.
Others? Others? We are left with 1 minute. That's the reason I am asking. Clear your doubts.
So last step you explain once.
Sure. This, right? So this step, this, did you understand why we are neglecting this?
Sir.
Did you understand why we are neglecting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes.
this term is left out only. This one here, one is there, here one is there. One also I am cancelling out. So whatever is left out after cancelling out ones, so this one is cancelled now. So what is left out? Plus or minus delta z by z is equals to plus or minus delta b by b plus or minus delta a by a. So anyhow this is cancelled out. Now plus or minus are there on both sides. If I take out plus or minus also common, what plus or minus will cancel out. So what will be left out? Delta z by z is equals to, here plus or minus is cancelled out, delta b by b plus delta a by a will be there.